Welcome to Tay,
Technology,
Automotive,
and Gaming.
and today, for all you complaining about this monitor running off the Xbox One at only 60 frames per second,
We are building a computer on a budget. It's gonna run at more than 60 frames per second on most games. So
that's what
no more
our
complaining.
that's our hope. Stay tuned, see if it works in this PC build.
Pretty watch. Look at that right there.
Whoa!
Take, you're it.
We got a gaming case, a Veski, something like that. Came from New Zealand. Took over a month to get here. But this is a unique case, I thought. It has a removable air filter, magnetic. So you could mount a radiator up here. It has radiator slots. You want to mount a water cooling radiator up there. We're doing air cooling for now. You might upgrade down the road. The front here, as you'll see later, has beautiful LED stripping. My only complaint is most of this is all made of metal, but the side here is made of plexiglass and the front is made of plastic. But other than that, I think it looks nice. So I guess we'll find out how well it takes to build. Otherwise, what we're putting in this case is an AMD Ryzen 5 3rd gen 3600 processor. And why did you not get the Ryzen 7, what was it, the 3800, 3900, 3800 for a couple $100 more or so?
3800 had 8 cores. I did my research. 6 cores is what is common in gaming right now, and 8 cores just wasn't needed as much as getting this, which is faster. It's faster per core. So
Most games only run off a couple cores, and this runs at 4.4 gigahertz at max boost and 3.8 on the base. So he could overclock this thing to about over 4 gigahertz.
we got the GeForce GTX
1050.
1050.
1080 would be better,
Yeah.
but the budget. We can
1050.
that's an upgradable option down the road. Still
This,
fun.
I'd say, is the weakest point, and it's not that bad. It can, I'm sure it can run most of my games at 120 FPS. For the motherboard, pretty sure this is RGB. We got an RGB motherboard. It is
Aurora Sync.
a ASUS Prime X570p Aurora Sync.
So he'll be upgradable. So he can go up to when those next generation CPUs come out. I should be fine. The other reason I think we picked this was price was lower, but also it has more of a white theme.
White theme, matching it.
More of a white and black theme, kind of matching the case, so it works great. Also can control the beautiful RGB RAM we have here.
At 8 gigs,
Or
8 gigs a
eight.
piece of 4 sticks, DDR4, GeForce. It is RGB and it is in very nice casing. Very amazing casing.
RGB randable, so I'll give him 32 bytes of RAM. Should be plenty enough to run games.
Way good enough. Way amazing.
Old
It's got 1
terabyte.
terabyte.
Let's
Which is
put a
fine.
terabyte in there.
Only really need terabyte. Not
So,
gonna get every game in the world.
and then to run the operating system, we have 256. Yeah, we bought this used. Another piece you could upgrade down the road, but we figured budget. I forgot what we got this for, like $30 or something like that. But solid state drives don't really fail that much, so I wasn't worried about buying a used one. And if it does, it's just the operating system. It's not like his games are. I mean, it's gaming. He's not using it for this thing for storage. So if the whole thing does go down, he's just stressing about games because most of this stuff will be online. And then the power supply is the Roswell. Yes, we like Roswell apparently over here. There's nothing on the box.
I think
Roswell doesn't like to have beautiful packaging. However, they have beautiful inside packaging. Nice foam. And a case,
This is-
apparently for all the
this
cables.
is a really good case for
Yeah.
cables. Oh my.
For storage. It's a fully modular power supply. We only use power pieces we want, which will go for a nice clean build. So I've actually never had a modular power supply, so this will be fun. He got a 1,000-watt power supply, which should carry him for plenty of PCs from the future on. So this should be a one-time buying. You shouldn't have to buy any more until computers completely change how much power they need. What would you want to start with? Probably the motherboard, right?
Yeah, the motherboard. Put everything on it.
Pull the motherboard out. You might as well just pull it out of the package and
See,
use
this motherboard is looking amazing. Oh my. This is an amazing looking motherboard. It is just very.
They give you 2 SATA cables in the box. Correction. Yep, 2 SATA cables, and this looks like an RGB cable for RGB sync. Down underneath, we have our I/O shield from the back of the PC. Software or drivers looks like in here, and what is this? It is a coupon for 20% off cable mods. So if you felt like getting your colored mods and everything, you get 20. That's probably a good coupon. So if you ever want to go,
well, this is like amazing packaging.
They give you a couple of risers or something. Or no, these might be for the. Yeah, that's what those are. These are for your SSD or your M.2 drive. So let's put the box back together here, and you can pull that out. Best thing to do is always use the box as your building platform.
Oh. There's all the important stuff.
Underneath? It's underneath? Show them. Oh, that's for it's for your cooler.
Oh,
Cooler
so
bracket.
that's that for. I can just
So you see here, very careful, so I don't break this. This motherboard has 5 PCIe slots and then 2 PCIe Express ports for video cards. You could run dual video cards. One of them is weight supported, so you put a nice hefty video card on here and it won't rip it out of the socket. 4 RAM slots, and which will be completely occupied. I don't know what the correct configuration is, which if you're only running 2, but
if you're only running 2, I want them closer to the CPU.
Not always. Sometimes they're further away, but you do have to match color by color. I do know that. So there's no reason for us to look that up. Has onboard out video. It might, but we don't support that. I don't really know.
8 USB ports.
HDMI slot, and then a PSU, I believe that is, slot for a mouse, because a lot of gamers still use these keyboards because they are faster than USB. They are not always listening. They are better on the computer to keep it running faster, I suppose. I don't know. But that's what I hear. On the actual motherboard, you got your 24-pin connector, 4 SATA slots, and serial ATA slots. The rest of your USB I/O, power supply, and stuff like that. Fan headers. This looks like a possibly an RGB one there. More fan headers up here. This is interesting. I am seeing an 8-pin and a 4-pin processor power supply. So this might actually take 12 pins to run the processor on this motherboard. So I would definitely, this is not a shy motherboard. It has lots of nice heat sinks and stuff like that. So let's get to building it.
I already opened up one of the cases. By the way, the casing for this is very nice. It's very nice. It's not just cheap plastic.
It is plastic though.
I know, but it's not cheap plastic.
I think it's more for cosmetics. I don't know if this would really be, or is it plastic? I don't know what it is.
It's nice. It's nice.
It's definitely not going to be meant for pulling heat away from it. No, let's leave them on. You just put them on so you don't see them. So I would try to put them all on the inside as much as possible.
How do these? There's a certain way that they go on, isn't there?
Yeah, the notch lines up with the notch, and you never force these. We got to pop these out first. You pop all these out. It's a one-sided. That's interesting. Careful on this motherboard. It's one-sided snap, so put them in nice and at the same speed.
You have to just wait for the click, don't you?
Yeah, sure.
Just to click on that side. There we go.
There we go.
Goes in nicely.
That is actually nice. Well, it does. I kind of like the one-side snap. So.
Put this stick on. Here we go. more sticks are in right now. There we go.
That looks pretty nice.
Now should we put the processor on?
Yeah, be a good idea.
This is the part that I am very scared of messing up. Is that warranty seal? Is that
Yeah, it's a warranty seal. Brand new. We got a brand new processor.
Yeah,
Almost all this is
right
brand
now.
new.
Come off very well. Here is the processor.
Yeah, don't drop that. Yoke comes in a cooler. That's a nice thing. Intel doesn't provide coolers anymore. AMD still provides coolers. There's an arrow that lines up with an arrow. That's how that works.
Where's the arrow?
Arrow is right there. See the arrow? Arrow should line up with the arrow right there. So you gotta release the tension.
Oh, yeah.
Now you put it in. You don't force it. You just gently slide it on there. You guys think of this machine? Gently put it in. It's falling. Wiggle a little bit. There. Pull that tension bar down. There.
There.
Process
In.
in.
Is it good? Oh.
Alright, you're gonna have to undo these four because the riser's built there. Tension pins on the CPU versus having to have a bracket. So what he's doing is he's pulling these brackets off. Both of these. Right here, so you can see. So now he pulled the brackets off. There's still the tension thing on the back. It's really loose now. So now we're just gonna, like I said, leave it there since there's already thermal paste on here. Don't think we need to apply any new stuff. So you simply line these two pins up with these four. Yeah, there's thermal paste on there. So you line the four screw holes on. Go ahead, start tensioning them down. No, we don't need those. Those you keep. Those are for like water cooling or older ones. You don't need those screws either. You already have the screws on here.
Okay, I see.
And I would do, it's like a tire. You ever put a tire on a car? You ever hear how you have to do it in a diagonal? So do like 4 or 5 twists there. And then over here, 4 or 5 twists. We'll get another. Well, he does that. I'm gonna find some cables here out of here. And I think we will see if she boots up before we try to put her into the motherboard when we get to that point. Looks like they give you zip ties on this power supply. Give you some screws in this case, and a bunch of cables. Figure out what cables we need.
There. It's just, I just do it until it stops, right?
Until it gets tight, yeah.
It's tight.
You don't want to over screw it. Here's our 14 connector. Are you done with that? Alright, so let's put the M.2 in. So in the motherboard they give you M.2 screws. There's only one M.2, oh no, there's 2 M.2 sockets on here. One for a longer one and then the shorter one. I would go with slot 1, I feel. What do you feel?
Yeah. I mean, I've always heard that closer to the CPU is better.
Okay, so
See that works.
now, I'll be honest with you, I've never actually officially installed M.2. What I got was already installed, so yeah. So it looks like, see that slot there, that slot, you always want the upper part sticking out. You don't want to go to the last hole right there. So we're going to put this M.2 riser in here. And then, looks like you just kind of push that in, pressure fit it in. Yeah. And then take your screw, push that down.
Interesting.
Push that down. And screw it on. And it's just held in there with one screw. Pretty nifty. Alright. So, we never put the CPU fan in, so I don't know, some people put a little knot in here to make it a little beautiful. Plug it into the CPU port, which is way up here. Best cable management I can do right now. I mean, we could also pull the fan off and twist it 180 or whatever, but I don't know if that would fix it or not, but it's good. It's fine. Does it look okay with you?
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah. Is there anything else you think?
There's everything.
Yeah. Why don't we see if the motherboard boots up? Alright, so now a big thing before you ever put the motherboard into the computer is to test it out. But there is no power and reset built into this motherboard. However, you can short the power and ground As long as you're really careful not to drop the piece of metal you're using. So we are going to short it. Power's on. I'm gonna hit delete, get into the BIOS. There we go, right in the BIOS. We got CPU fan. This mouse is very glitchy on this, I think. I don't know why, but. Alright, we got the CPU fan. Shows that it's running. We do not have an AIO pump, which is nice about this. It does actually have an AOI pump, so it can tell whether your pump's running or not and control your pump. Some of them you just have to plug into the CPU header and it does not know you don't. They have a water cooling hooked up. But that's a good thing for Trevor, no? He can put water cooling in there if you like. So English, looks like you can search things. This is a very different than I'm used to. I want to see if we have our M.2 drive in here. This is a UEFI BIOS, so keep that in mind if you ever do anything else with this. It's not standard. Advanced mode, search. Storage, here we go. Storage, we have M.2 Samsung, 256 gigabytes, so we're good there. I guess advanced mode, okay, advanced mode here, you can tweak things, you can change the boot order, tools, monitor, you monitor your CPU temperature. We're currently running at 40 degrees Celsius, which is no, it's pretty good. But we're not really putting a load on it, so. Motherboard temperature is at 26 degrees Celsius. That's probably about what room temperature at right now. There's no reason to be hot. And then AI tweaker, I'm guessing that's where you would overclock. So here's the overclock. It's set on auto, which is good. So this hopefully will overclock without you doing anything, but it may not. So there's lots of other things we'll have to go through. Trevor will have to look through if he feels like going through this and kind of learn about his motherboard, which would probably be a good thing to do if he wants to do any overclocking and other things. So I would definitely do that. But we booted. We're good.
Everything's loaded up.
Now we can power down and we should be good. We got a nice beautiful RGB RAM. I don't know if you can see that, but if you can't, you will see it in the case. But it looks gorgeous. I really like that. So let's shut her down. Cool. Let's take these screws off. Let's start putting everything in there. On the inside here, on the back here, you have room for 1 and 2 hard drives for his storage. And you can put a couple of fans here, maybe a radiator possibly if they fit by the motherboard. So SSDs, this is interesting. SSDs get located back here. Any SSDs you have here, you locate them on the back just to keep them out of the way. A little different than mine. Actually, maybe put them on the front here. Yeah, that's where you put them in the front here. So they already have risers for the CPU installed, so that's nice. Alright. Oh, what was this? Hardware, some more rising pins. This is some fan screws. They have fan screws, nice long fan screws in here. So I guess if you wanted to put it on the front. We're going to get everything together and then we'll continue here. So we took the front off, and then we put the fans here. We're going to put another one here eventually. That's actually a good mount chain. Wow. I like how that, lots of airflow here. Lots of freaking airflow. So we put it here to cool, keep the PC cooler. Versus down here, we're not really going to have too many hard drives down here. I really always forget the IO shield.
Oh, the IO shield.
Yep, the IO shield.
Finally got
our IO shield in. Now we'll put the motherboard in. I actually should be able to pull it by the cooler. Get it in there. Alright, with a little bit of work, we got it in. Looking pretty good. The one thing I don't like is they don't have no upper slots for you to put like your CPU power supply. So we had to pre-run those cables, and with the modular cable, that's actually nice because then we don't have to deal with completely running the cable until after we get the power supply in. So laid them all out, laid the risers on. It's looking pretty good if you ask me. So, the only thing is this isn't a lighter case. I kind of like that. So, alright, let's put, I guess, the power supply. Not really the thing. Here's the power supply. On the modular here we have motherboard. Top, here's the motherboard. SATA connectors, PCIe, CPU, and another SATA connector. So the power supply slides back here. Slides into the side here, hidden by that front metal shroud. I'm already finding out this case isn't the greatest case. We're gonna do a little cutting to make this fit in, a little bit of bending for the hard drive cage. We're gonna have to see if we can fiddle that back into place because it popped out of the rivet. It'll look cool, but it shouldn't have been this difficult. Really shouldn't have. At least we have a little access. We need to plug something else in for the rest of them, but not too much access because it's just pretty crammed back here. So, moving on now though. So we want to plug that into the computer port. So it's a 24 pin connector up here, guys. See the 24 pin connector right there. That's where we're going with this cable. So plugged in, 24 pins plugged in. So, beefy power cable. You might think about doing modular power cables in the future. Fan plugged in, fan plugged in. Let's put the cover on. We'll get the I/O hooked up, and we'll boot her up. Here. Pull that through. There we go. Perfect. Alright, that doesn't look too shabby. It doesn't look great, but it doesn't look too shabby. See a few cables here, but it's life. Alright, now I guess let's put the graphics card in. I'm gonna come over here and do that. So this goes down in to the slot like that. And clicks.
There we go.
You need to screw it in. Actually, you could put two on. Put one right here. Can't hurt, right? Give it more support. And I have a third one to put that back to behind that. There it is. Oh, you don't want to overdo it. Just finger tight. Now we got our graphics card in. Everything in. So I guess storage. Let's start her up. I think that's it. There's really nothing else besides the storage. So let's let's get her powered on. Here's the beautiful front. RGB RAM looking great. That looks beautiful.
That looks nice.
I don't know. But she looks beautiful. I don't know if you can see that, but she looks beautiful. Trevor's gonna do the peel on the glass.
Okay, there's two peels.
Oh, you're gonna peel both, are you?
Yeah. But we should put it on first before we peel the other side.
Oh, that sounds fine. Alright, why don't you go over there, I'll hold it up.
First pin on. Oh no, I need to screw it, do I?
Just get it started.
Okay. See, a very nice setup on the inside. Looking very great. Whole thing. RGB, the motherboard, everything's just working together.
Well, build on this case, I would say, is not exactly the most ideal.
You know, there's a lot of issues.
If you have a larger power supply, which we had a larger power supply, you're going to have to modify the internal case, possibly wreck your drive tray a little bit like we did. But we did get a 1 terabyte for games in there. There is room to upgrade to more storage, but not much room for cable management if you did that. We shoved everything in the upper drive bay with the cable. But sometimes cosmetics cost buildability or build quality, I guess. But it's not an easy case to build in. That's what I will say. But
Very nice case though.
it does look very nice. It does look very nice. I like how the tint hides some of our cable screw ups. And you also, one dealing with this case, you have to make sure do the big large holes for the fans. You have to make sure your cable management goes all the way down on the side there, because if you don't, you have the fan getting hooked up on cables and possibly burning out. So, but yeah, you can see myself. You can barely see the inside. I'm going to have to take the cover off if we want to get an inside look. Then you got the front here. That's really cool. Really cool case.
I'm going to go into a game and test the FPS. I'm running at 60 FPS right now. 70. Which is at the start. Oh, it's up to 90. Oh, it's up to 100. It's going anywhere from 90 to 100, which is good. Xbox is only 60, and it always dropped down to 40. Like the low will be 40, so it's twice as fast as Xbox right now. Pretty much. It's also loading in. And there are plenty of ways to make it faster. Plenty of ways. Like view distance is probably the main reason it's doing that. Actually, view distance to near instantly jumps up 20 frames. But this is just a start. I'm getting good FPS for just a start, which I am fine with. As long as I get good FPS. And the game feels smooth. Okay, you see the quality of the image. I couldn't do that before. I don't know why I cannot. Oh, because I put things down. See, it's at 100 FPS. It's showing at 100 FPS. Everything is not normal. Because, like, all my controls are weird. Alright, here. What is she saying? What if I put everything to epic? I want to see what happens to the game. I think I just killed my game. Holy crap, I broke it. Well, this isn't supposed to be happening. You see that, Tristan? All those red stuff? That's not supposed to be there. Yeah, everything on Epic does not work, which is good. I don't want everything on Epic. Fuck. Okay, the game's broken right now. The game is broken. But it's running at 100 FPS, which honestly I'm fine with. I died. I didn't really get that. What the heck was that? Okay. Sure. There's ways to better improve it. I know that. I'm gonna do that.
You got your PC built?
Yeah, everything's chilling. It's
Are you
alright.
happy with it?
Yeah, I'm happy. No, get to do some things to get a better FPS boost and it'll be great. It'll be perfect.
So I think all the hardware we have put in here is good. The problem with the case is a little bit of trouble to put everything in. But if you're used to fiddling with cases, then I guess it's up your road. And you like a little bit of white with the RGB front, then I guess it's your case. But the otherwise the case looks beautiful. It's a little bit tough to build in, but it's really nice. So I'm Tristan.
I'm Trevor.
And tag, you're it.